A man works out to maintain his body, then develops skills to be able to get clothes to wear, food to eat, and roof on his head. Whether in selfish prehistoric times or today's world where the society governs our decisions, this is what is expected from man, followed by getting a partner and then having kids. This pattern is set and it still follows today, no matter how modern we call ourselves. But today, problem is that in a gap in population of men and women, many men are not being able to get a mate or a mate they desire even after having all the above said things for a social and financially healthy life. This leads to sexual frustration, a zone where one feels like he deserves that physical pleasure, but it is being denied to him by society. A need to tear down one's fabric of existence because it's not providing him with what he wants. And during this mental phase, porn comes into picture. Now, the above conditional image that I was trying to paint in your mind is one of the several reasons which bit by bit pull a human towards one or more than one forms of addiction. The word addiction can be understood by the old saying, anything in excess is harmful for anyone. It's the point where the use of a product is replaced by the abuse of the product. At its core, it's just a bad habit that we have developed over a period of time, fueled by the fact that as humans we respond better to negative things more than positive ones. Unknowingly, it leads us to a falling level where our personality and financial condition is constantly depreciating. The game is of pleasure and addiction just gives us higher levels on each use while weakening our willpower each time. Thus, recovery becomes so hard, and thus many people relapse after a certain resistance period. We unknowingly become slaves to the products that our own humankind created. It's clear that there are less number of women on our planet than men. It's also well stated that anything in less quantity will be more desired. Now, the above 2 points are the main reasons why raw sexual energy, the most powerful form of energy of a man, has deviated to its lowest form and cheapest form to get sexual satisfaction and gratification. Now, clearly, not all the men in the world can get that physical pleasure, and not one of them would be down to accept that. This leads to sexual frustration, which only leads to excess wastage of time and that precious energy that could have been used on a positive and productive end. So, sexual frustration comes out as a problem, and it being a widespread problem means that this is a big possibility of making money. This is where the pornographic industry comes into play. The goal of their videos is to create a stimulated world for its viewers where their mind is interpreting it in a way that if the man is having sex for real, each orgasm followed by ejaculation in this form may be a lot harmful to you, but the satisfaction it delivers seems worth it most of the times. For someone who has worked his ass off to get all the achievements in his life to still be lonely, porn may seem reasonable in the most minute sense, but majority of porn addicts today are boys in their late teens or early 20s, and each period where you are supposed to shape your identity, do something constructive, work on your career. Thus, it can easily be seen how porn is destroying today's youth worse than any other addictive form like drugs or alcohol. It also creates a feeling of resentment among men towards women, which translates into increase in number of sexual crime against women. Porn addiction is a social evil which needs to be recognized by high seat officials soon and to find social grassroots solutions to this problem. The act of sex has a lot of taboos associated with it, even though every human in existence is a result of that. It's an important process where two individuals having their own experiences, thoughts, and energy levels consummate physically to bring a new human form to this world who will have a part of both its parents' gifts. The process was never meant for such satisfaction or just satisfaction. In today's world, this process has lost its true meaning. Now it's more about relieving depression, loneliness, mental validation, and porn capitalizes on these needs, especially among men, where these are more prevalent. Now, if you have excess porn addiction, then you also have excess masturbation as a problem. This leads to problems like intense hair loss, overthinking, low confidence level, weak memory, low performance levels, to name just a few. This also leads to increasing number of incels or involuntary celibates, as well as sexual pressure becoming another criteria of comparison in a society which we created ourselves.